One was a young woman named April who was willing to pose naked.
Range Wilson.
My life in Colorado Springs was not all about having fun. I continued to work as a personal trainer at World Gym and was also working hard to finish my first feature-length screenplay. As I got closer to finishing it, I started to reach out to the film community in Colorado Springs. Although small by Hollywood standards, there were enough projects being filmed in Colorado Springs to support a small group of working professionals, along with a whole bunch of aspiring actors, directors, and writers such as myself. As it turned out, Heather, the exotic dancer, had secured herself a role in a pilot for a talk show. She needed somebody to take her and her 4-year-old daughter Sunny to the set and to help her keep an eye on Sunny when Heather was on camera. I was happy to volunteer because I enjoyed spending time with Heather and it would give me a chance to network with other creative types. Since I didn't have a screenplay ready yet, I brought along my photography portfolio in case I met anybody who would be interested in modeling for me. I had taught myself photography while living in Santa Monica and I still had some pro-level gear. I wanted to get back into it at some point, especially given the natural beauty of the Colorado Springs area. Once Heather, Sunny, and myself got to the set, I quickly decided to focus on my networking because the pilot was a complete train wreck. The talk show host, Moshe, had absolutely no talent at her craft. She wanted to create a Jerry Springer type talk show, complete with shoving and fist fights and all that sort of thing. This idea was at least 10 years too late, but she was hoping to put a new twist on it by offering counseling to the lucky guests on her show. I could tell right away this would not be nearly enough to save the talk show from sinking into a well-deserved oblivion. The breaks in the filming would have been a perfect time to network, but the worst stand-up comedian I have ever seen kept jumping up on stage. This guy was truly awful. He would take forever to set up a gag, and when he finally got to the end, it would not be even remotely funny. It did not take long for everyone to start simply ignoring him, but he pressed on nonetheless. That alone impressed me. He was determined to get through his material no matter what. And other than being a fuck-up, which this guy clearly was, grim determination in the face of indifference is the other characteristic that you definitely need if you're going to make it as a stand-up comedian on stage. And he definitely had that grim determination. For all I know, he's on tour right now, which is more than I'm doing. Meanwhile, my networking was going well. I met several actresses who were interested in modeling for me. One was a young woman named April who was willing to pose naked. April ended up inviting me backstage to help her get ready for her segment on camera. While I was back there, another one of the actresses asked me to check her outfit to make sure she looked okay. I noticed a small unevenness in her midsection and reached out to rub it to see if I could smooth it out. We both realized it was her panties showing through her dress. Without a word, she hiked up her skirt, took off her panties, and shoved them in her purse. That was the only time I've ever gotten a woman to take off her panties without even saying a word. As for Heather, she did fine on camera, although by the time she got up there, it was clear to everybody that it didn't really matter. Her daughter Sunny behaved perfectly for me, and was quite the little charmer in her own right. After the filming wrapped, I took Heather and Sunny back to their place and dropped them off. Part of me wanted to invite them out for ice cream or something, but that was a move that was fraught with complications, given that Heather's boyfriend was rumored to be a drug dealer. In the ideal world, I would have saved Heather and Sunny from a difficult situation, and we all would have gone on to live happily ever after. In the real world, I could not see any way that would ever happen, especially given that my own life was far from settled. Heather and I lost touch shortly afterwards, but I still sometimes wonder about what might have been. Wherever Heather and Sunny are today, I hope they are doing okay. Tune in next time to find out what happened when Yvonne and myself decided to move out of the party house. Until then, like, comment, share, and or subscribe. My name is Range Wilson, and I'll see you next time.